Hello, friends. Welcome to chapter 2 of our podcast with Becky Rothstein, talking about important actions that we can do to step forward in our life. Today, we have been talking and we have been listening to people talk about quantum leap. So we're going to start talking about it today. Becky, how are you this beautiful morning?
Great. And thinking of the subject that we are going to talk about, I'm even greater. I love the subject.
Yeah, because it's a lot of people is talking about it in social media, in on television. What's the quantum leap? What does that mean? Do you have a definition for our listeners?
Well, the way I see it is a movement in your emotional world. And I think that's a quantum leap. I mean, people say, we create a quantum leap when I will look at my results and I know I went through a quantum leap, but the results are always attached to your actions. The quantum leap is how you feel when you move toward your goal, how you feel when you act, how you feel when you think about it. And suddenly one morning, I remember the first time I was really aware of the quantum leap in me, there were two parts. The previous going there, I felt irritated. I felt strange. I felt like everything touched my emotional world. And I knew I was going to reach a quantum leap because a new energy was developing inside me and I wasn't used to that. So that was the first step. I really was prepared. And then I woke up the next day and I said, what's going on? I mean, I feel so calm. I feel calm. I feel secure. I feel happy. And the things that are happening, they were happening before that. So I think that the quantum leap, in my eyes, it's a movement from in the emotional world to feel better, to be more creative, to be more in this willingness of to push you up, but not to create stress in you.
But can you give me a little bit of more details? Can you tell me the story, how it happened?
Yes, I remember listening to, I even remember it was YouTube or a session. I was there and I got really upset and angry. I wasn't doing well. I'm not doing the things I have to do. I was really upset with me. And I didn't know why, because I'm a doer. I mean, first of all, a believer, and I'm changing every day. And every day I'm trying to become better. So that was the previous part. You know, I'm a coach and teaching for so many years. I think now it's almost 26 years. So I really was surprised why I feel so bad. Probably all the things where they were talking about touch my buttons. I'm no good. I'm not good enough. The previous,
Sometimes we have those days.
yes, the old Becky. And now I'm okay with her. You know, I say, ah, thank you for coming to, to visit me, but I'm not you. I'm the new me, every day creating it better and better. And then 1 or 2 days afterwards, I woke up in the morning and it's like everything was painted with pink. Really, it's not. I mean, I live in Israel and you know how is it here? Everyone knows that. And I felt so well and just so excited to start the day very early in the morning. And the walking was like amazing. I was looking at the trees and everything looked nicer. That's why I always say to my clients, and quantum leap, at the end, it's a move in your emotional world.
Mm. Why it's so important to the because I feel that you're talking about like the people will understand like as a state of consciousness, the inner world, always on the inside. Why is so important to focus in the inside and not on the outside and the realm of like the physical world?
I'm sure that everyone remembers the book The Secret, which was wow when it came some years ago. And today, I took one thing of The Secret that it's good for me, and I'm spreading the word everywhere. The secret is to find in your emotional world, to feel what you want, to feel your desire, to feel it, to create through the conscious mind, what do you want? And then putting in your subconscious, there is a process, and to feel the desire and to create the trust and the faith that you how we say that you deserve to have a wonderful life. That's the secret, and that's what changed my life.
In my case, like I'm a more mathematical and logical person, it
Yes,
was really hard like to trust, you know, because you are all the time facing with the reality, with the bills piling up, with you have to buy, you need money, you have a bill bills to pay, and sometimes your mind is a mess, it's a really mess. How can you change your emotional state, because this is a really huge thing for most of the people who are listening?
right. I would say the first thing is, well, I think we talked about it once, that the breathing is so important to clear your mind, to make order. So I start every day with a process of 15 minutes of breathing. So I'm more conscious and focused. And focus is the most important ingredient, I think, and I believe, to change your life. The issue is that the present, the reality, they say, be real, be real, be real. And the reality is like sending messages. Look at me, look at me, look at me. This here a bill, and this is not going well. And this, the results are only to show me where I can become better. The results are never, or their goal is never to change how I decided in the morning to feel today. That's why I always go back to the secret to the emotional world. Because when I create this place of order in my mind with things, very small things, very small details or habits or exercises, because action brings, the manifestation. I think that you get to this point where you say, okay, this is what I'm going to do today. And today I'm not going to do the results. They will come and I will take care of it quickly. The problem is, Mati, that when you focus on the results, you track them again and again, and you track them again and again. So when you know the results, they have only the purpose to show you where you can do better or different, and never to guide you how to feel, which is the secret.
Wow, this is very powerful thing, because most of the people, including myself, sometimes when I'm not conscious, is it's just results based. Like results are everything. If I do something and if I doing good, so I'm a good person. If I don't, so I'm a failure. So how can we make the shift, the change?
I think, Mati, that you mentioned something very good. You said, if I'm good, then it's okay. If I'm not good, then I feel really bad. But that's the old me, the old you. We are completely programmed how to think, how to feel, how to talk, how to act, what to eat. Everything is in our program, like in a computer. And usually the program always is controlling us. There is around the 5% where you can change. That's what they say. But the quantum leap is to change it now, every day, every day, every day with a focus. What is when I'm aware? You said when I'm aware. It's awareness is a word that they're using it everywhere. But what does it mean to be aware? Is to be present in this moment, because this moment in a moment won't be here. So to be aware is to be present in this moment. What am I thinking? And how I'm feeling. I remember Luisa in mentioning that every 3 hours, it's very good to stop and say, how do I feel? When I will be aware of what I feel, I will know what I'm thinking. Is it in alignment to where I want to get to manifest my goal? Because if not, out. I can do that in the conscious mind. The thing is to be aware, is to be present. Am I present? Most of the day we are not, until I don't work with the focus, exercising it, until I start changing the way I see my life, myself. I'm not a no good one, because they said that when I was a child. I'm not a person who doesn't know how to study. That's what I heard when I was a child. Today I can create my identity where I am in my eyes, and this will give me the willingness to move forward.
Amazing. Um, a very famous quote or question of Peter Thiel, the creator or one of the creators of PayPal, who used to talk to their employees and ask them, what's your biggest goal that you want to, I don't know, achieve it in 5 or 10 years? And people say, I don't know, I want to be a millionaire, or I want to have a house, or like next to the lake. Okay, how can you do it in the next 6 months? And for most of people, that seems impossible. But this is kind of like the question: how can you achieve this first in your mind to make it real?
To change the way you think. Because you accepted the idea that in 8 to 9 months, a baby is created, right?
Mm-hmm.
And you know, someone who cultivates tomatoes knows the time when the tomato will come after they put the seeds, and he won't look every day if the tomato came up. We don't know how much time it takes to manifest a goal or a miracle, but we are going through miracles all the time when we are awake, in awareness. So the thing that has to start at the basics at the beginning is how I see myself. And when I will create a wonderful, amazing picture in my mind of who I am, and I will repeat it and repeat it and repeat it till I start, you know, when you write it down, you get these imaginations of how you look when you are going to be amazing. And you continue repeating. And I love the mirror. The mirror is always with me. So I go to the mirror because I get so emotional. So I'm changing. I am changing the way I look myself. The new you brings the new life.
Mm. Absolutely. But when you're, for example, looking at in the mirror and you see yourself, or you're trying to picture what you want, most people think they want something, or maybe they have some desires. I want happiness, I want health, I want to have a lot of money. But what with these people that have troubles trying to figure it out what they really want?
Well, there are so many exercises to find what is it that you really want. You know, usually in my coach room, especially women, they come and they say, Becky, I just want to be happy. And happiness is not the goal. Happiness is a result of how you go through your days. Are you excited? Do you have something that you want to manifest? Do you have still something that you want to experience, to have, to do, to be? When you have that, you will be excited every day, and suddenly you start changing energy. When when you work on your energy, you become the new person you put in your mind. That's the change. But you see what the problem is? Everyone wants to change. But no one wants to invest, or almost nobody wants to invest in order to change. So when I look in the mirror, I always have a mirror with me. Always, always, always. The mirror. At the beginning, when I started, you know, using the mirror with the Louisa work, I would look in the mirror and say, oh, you are a failure. The program I had from childhood. I wasn't a good learner. I wanted to play. I wanted to enjoy. I didn't want to study. And today I can't stop studying to become me, the best version of who I can be every day. So the mirror never lies to you. And if you look much in the mirror and you hear these old stories, you do as I do and say, oh, she came to visit me again, but I'm not her. And that's gone.
Hmm. Yeah, taken out of you.
Because you're
Okay,
in focus. Because you're focused,
but
you're present.
how I know how when I'm ready to move forward? Because like as you said, you are a student, and but a lot of people just get stuck in their level, like just studying. It's a loop of always studying and not doing nothing. So how can I know that I'm ready to like move ahead?
I believe that I'm ready at every moment when I have a goal. When I have a goal. So when I have a goal, like I said, the lady wants to be happy, and I told her this will be a result of what you are doing or being or want to be. I think that so many people are interested to change or to manifest something. Well, that's not enough. And I learned many years ago that motivation goes up to the first obstacle, and then you're not motivated anymore because it's something outside of you. Maybe you need more money, maybe you need a better relationship, but the change has to be inside you. You have to be really committed to what needs to be done in order for you to change. So I think books are not going to do it because that's only the intellectual part. You have to bring it to actions. It's like learning about swimming and not getting wet. Can you study swimming without going into the waters? No, you can't. And I love to mention Chezi, one of my first mentors in my change when I was suffering from my back. And he said to me, Becky, I never met a man who knew that he was hungry, and from the knowledge he became satisfied. So people are collecting books in order to feel that they are doing something, but reading a book is not doing something. Bringing one thing, one sentence from the book and exercise, that will change you.
Absolutely. And what about perfectionism? Like people who is that everybody needs to be perfect.
I'm so surprised you asked me because I was a doctor, PhD in perfection. I mean, I couldn't go to sleep if not everything was completely ready because it gave me a good, a good, I would say, feeling that I'm good. Yes, I'm good. Everything has to be perfect. When we wait till something is perfect, we lose the moment. We lose the momentum. So when you get into the momentum, you get this idea, you really see how you have to act now. Even a small action, but now, always now, always now. Never say, okay, I will do it, because you lose the momentum. If you don't take an action, nothing will change.
Absolutely. And there's a lot of people who try so hard but never get results. Where's the what can these people can do?
The first thing that pops in my mind, if somebody really wants to get something and it's not working, probably doesn't believe that he deserves that. And deserving, it's a feeling, it's a muscle in your heart, it's faith. It's low self-esteem. I will never reach it. Others they can, but I can't. I love to start always my coaching to teach people to appreciate who they are in order to be aware and allow this potential to come out. Every one of us got so much potential that we don't use it. So the first thing is to have the goal in order for you to start looking for your potential. And the medicine is to act now, always now. Don't wait, don't wait, don't wait, act now. So people who are not acting is because, in my point of view, is they don't believe. Either they're not, they're not ready to receive it because of different, I wasn't good, I did wrong things, I have a lot of guilt, or blaming others. So this cleansing that I help people to do inside opens a place where we can really love ourselves and appreciate who we are and support ourselves, and immediately acting will change the results. I'm so sure.
Beautiful. I okay, let's say I'm one of your students, I'm one of
Yes,
your coaches,
love that.
and I'm learning from you.
Yes.
And I'm very stuck in my emotional life. I feel alone. I feel bad. I want to find a girlfriend. I want to find a wife. How can I move forward and open myself to receive it?
Okay.
Because this
First
will
of
be
all,
like a very
yes.
quantum leap. Or not me, somebody.
Thank God, not you, not me, but yes, someone. Okay, I love that. So it's in everything. It's not only to find a girlfriend, it's to find a good job, it's to find the money to pay for the children, schools and all that. So it's always the same. I would say that when you tell yourself that you're stuck, so many people come to me and they start, the coaching sessions. Why are you here? Because I'm stuck. And I said to them, show me where you're stuck. That's an idea. Where are you stuck? That's an idea that serves you to stay in the place that you are. We are never stuck. It's an idea. everything flows. You can see that this moment is gone. Nothing is that. But you put blocks with your old beliefs in order to feel not deserving. And when you don't deserve to be happy, it will show you. It could be the marriage, the girlfriend, it could be, like I said, the children, or it could be everything. I remember people who came, a woman who came to me. I remember in this moment, like 3 experiences, strong ones, that they came because they didn't have a baby, or they had one child and then they couldn't get pregnant again. And we did the work and they got pregnant. What did I do? Nothing. They did the work. They changed their beliefs. They change their beliefs. And usually we have here guilt, and we have here this issue of self-criticism, self-judgment. Is very low energy, very low energy. And to bring a baby, it's creativity. So we have to have great energy. I think that's the point. That's the point, is changing the way you see yourself, and to appreciate, and you know that you have potential in you. No stuck. You're no stuck. There is no one stuck. That's an idea. You change the idea and you convince yourself with repetition, with emotion, you will feel it. I know. I've been there.
I'm totally grateful to talk to you about this information. I don't know if you have some final words for the people who is listening to us.
Wow. I get so emotional when I talk about these things, because I have never been so happy like I am today. And when I look back and I said, wow, this old Becky who had a low self-esteem, who couldn't believe that she can reach something higher than where she is, and all these experiences I've been having, it's by working on me every day, 5 o'clock in the morning, every day. I start with walking outside very early, talking to God, and say, give me an idea, give me one good idea. And I'm such a believer that when I ask, I will be answered. And I only have to open my heart and cleanse inside me, letting go the anger, the old criticism. It doesn't do anything good. And just keep my energy very high. Very easy today.